Okay, like I said, give me a minute to breathe. Now we're back for this third video of the series, and we're going to do the review on the green pigeon. So what I look for in a machine first and foremost is, I'm going to show you, I look for a really thick spring deck, and I look for very good coils. They don't necessarily have to be American built, but I look for like good wire. These have the green 24 AWG. These are 12 wrap. You can see they're not cheated because they wrapped them clear with clear washers, and you can see that they're tightly wound. They're not cheated, loose. They're not some shit coil. The reason I'm doing this review on YouTube is there's no reviews on this machine in particular yet, and it's a good machine. I bought this to pack colors. It does its job. It hits really hard. 47 UF capacitor. The only things that were wrong with it is the rear spring is a little too long, so when I put my tool through to line up the needle and with the armature bar, I had to replace the rear spring with a little shorter one. No big deal because the armature bar is the right size, good weight. I left their front spring, and then the barrels are a little tight fit through here, hard to get through if you use, like I use these throwaway barrels, ruthless barrels with ruthless needles from monstersteel.com. I love ordering them. They're fair price. Shipping and handling is a little bit, but if you order 200 bucks or more, it's free. But they got good, these are really good plastic, you know, you don't get a lot of heat and friction from them. And when you wrap them, then these tend to swivel, these rubber grips, but when you wrap them with some Co-band tape, it won't move. And that's what I'm doing as a new thing, because I figured out that was moving. But 12 wraps, 47 UF capacitor, runs really good. Just to give you a quickie on it, because we want to keep these short so you can see how it's running. I have it set up with a 9 mag flat, because I don't use curved mags, because I like to turn mine on the corner for smaller details at times. Some techniques I've been using for a long time. Anyway, so I want to show you, because I want you to hear it, and then I want you to see on this screen here what it's going to read. Because as a color packer, this is good, because my shader runs at about 115 on the speed hertz, and it's probably about a 50 to a 54 on the duty. And this is running at about a 60 duty according to this power supply, because each power supply could have its own little quirks. You know, I'm sure not everything is made exactly the same. But on here it's running about 60 and 80 on the speed, which for a color packer need to run slower and hit harder. That's pretty good. I wouldn't push anything over 60 on the duty though, because then you'll start really overheating machines, in my opinion. I'm light-handed artist, so I don't really like to run my machine super crazy. And I like to take my time to detail things. So here we go. Anyways, you can hear it. It's running at 60 and 80. It might jump up to 61 or jump down, but you're roughly on average, you're looking at 60 on the duty, 80 on the hertz. I've gotten this to run all the way down on my second setting here, which is 6 volts, and it still sounds good. And it runs a little bit lower, and you could probably do some really decent black and gray like that. And you're just running a little slower and probably hitting a little less on, you're not going to hit as hard. And you can even tune it down by shortening the gap slightly more. I got a nickel gap. I used a nickel to actually cheat it, like old school. Anyways, we're going to keep these under 5 minutes. So that's the green pigeon. On Amazon, there's a liner that you can get to come with it. Be ready to have to either re-drill, or I used a round file, and just take minimal out. Try not to get this where the barrel goes through too out of whack, so the needle's not centered. I prefer recommending, you know, just get a drill bit that fits a little bit bigger and drill through. You know, and that's the only issues. I mean, there's really no issues. This is a really good machine, and especially for a beginner to, you know, don't go for them Chinese. I mean, I can't say that because I think this may be made in Taiwan or China or Russia or something. It's used by a lot of Russian and foreign professional artists. But I seen good reviews and I seen bad reviews. I'm here to tell you it's good. I just showed you with that. So, all right, you guys have a good day, and then we'll be right back.